Am I audible? Hello. Yeah. So today we are going to start single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. Figure left hand side will show a typical circuit diagram for the single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. So if you are seeing at this one power supply section, it consists of two DC power supplies. So here one point is there, this point, and here the middle point, and here the bottom point. If you consider these 3 points, the top point, the
Excuse
middle,
me, sir.
yeah, yes, am I audible there?
Your voice is not clear, sir.
I think it is clearly I am listening the voice here in another mobile. Is it clear now?
No, sir.
Hello? I think I am audible here. Can anyone tell me other than her?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, we will continue this one. So today we are going to discuss about single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. Listen this one carefully. The circuit will consist of 3-point DC power supply. Why it is called 3-point DC power supply? Because we got 3 points here, top, middle one and bottom. In between these 3 points, two DC power supplies are connected. That is called as 3-point DC power supply. This is also known as split DC power supply. This is normally used when we want two individual DC power supplies operating independently and also operating and actively turning on the thyristors independently. So this is all about 3-point DC power supply. Now coming to the thyristors, you can see in the figure, we got two thyristors, T1 and T2. They are acting like a switching elements and connected to the load RL. And other two diodes, D1 and D2, are connected across these two thyristors, T1 and T2. So the main role of these diodes is to provide, so two important roles are there. You remember this very important point. These two diodes are providing separate path for the damped currents. Damped current means what? Damped current may be over or under damped currents we are getting only when we are using inductance or capacitance. Means whenever we have active elements involved in the load. Hello? Hello? Okay. Whenever we have active elements like inductance or capacitance as a part of load, in that case we are getting the over or under damped currents, or we can say in other words transient currents, which are to be bypassed by these diodes D1 and D2. Means diodes D1 and D2 we are using normally to provide a separate bypass path for these damped currents or transient currents because of the inductance. So it is because we are using RL load, these diodes D1 and D2 coming into picture. Otherwise, if no inductance is there, simply resistance is there, then not necessary to provide any damped current bypass path because there is no any generation of damped currents as inductance may be not there. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಡಕ್ಟನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಜನರೇಟೇ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Then no damped current generation means no path will be provided by the D1 and D2. In that case, D1 and D2 will not come into picture. That's all. It is just an optional one, D1 and D2 what we are using. In case if your load is going to contain RL, RC or RLC like that. Understood? And T1 and T2 thyristors we are using in such a manner that at a time only one thyristor will be on. Means when T1 is on, T2 is off. When T2 is on, T1 will be off. Like that. In this fashion, they will be connected and operated with the help of 3-point DC power supplies. So in this way, guys, you have seen how to explain the structure of this typical single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. Now let us start the operation here. Now in this operation, you look at the waveforms. I have drawn here two waveforms. Hello? Okay. I have drawn here two waveforms. First two waveforms corresponding to the gate currents Ig1 and Ig2. Ig1 is the gate current applied between 0 to T2, which is going to trigger your T1. Similarly, Ig2 is the gate pulse I am applying in the duration T2 to T4 to trigger your T2. So means these gate pulses we are giving to turn on your T1 and T2 respectively, because Vs by 2 DC power supply is just biasing supply. In order to trigger your SCR, so we need gate pulse. Then only your T1 and T2 will be turned on. Okay. Later two waveforms are indicating output voltage and output current waveforms. Okay. So this how we have to begin explaining the operation of single phase half bridge inverter with RL. Now let us begin here one by one. Hello? Okay. So one thing you keep in mind before we'll begin the operation. When T1 is on, T2 is off. When T2 is on, T1 is off. You keep in mind. So let us start with the upper Vs by 2 DC power supply applied. That will turn on your T1 with the application of Ig1 gate pulse. With this Vc by 2 upper DC power supply application, T1 is turned on with the applicable of Ig1 also from 0 to T2. So let us see how output voltage waveform we are getting. because Vs by 2 is going to turn on your T1 with the help of IC1. We are getting the current now start flowing like this, because only this one loop will be there, because this Vs by 2 supply, T1 will be off and T2 will be off and D2 is not coming to picture. So only one loop. So only one loop is there, Vs by 2, T1, L and R, and coming back to Vs by 2. So like that, the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. Are you getting this one? So because the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction through RL, so this point is positive with respect to this point. Means L side terminal is a positive with respect to R side. You keep that polarity in mind. Are you getting this one? So this side, L red dot is there, no? This point is positive because the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. So through L to R, from L to R, the current is flowing. Therefore, on L side, it will be positive, and on R side, it will be negative. This polarity you keep in mind. So because of that, we are getting Vs by 2 supply here, as it has been shown by the blue line. Okay. Now let us see here how the current we are getting. Because of the presence of inductance, the current which was flowing now will start storing in the inductance. Because of this storing nature of inductance, it will start opposing the current flow through this load. Okay. So because the inductance is an active element, it is an instantaneous storing the current. It will not suddenly start storing the current. So that's why you can see the moment the time has elapsed 0 to T1, that you started getting output voltage, still no current, output current was not there. 0 to T1 olaga output voltage establish adrno, output current still it is not there. It is starting with a delay of T1, 0 to T1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ start ಆಗ್ತದೆ. You can see here. And exponentially will go on increasing. Means our current, output current started appearing across the load or through the load or in the inductance with this much delay. Output voltage already started at the origin itself, but output current started at T1. Means output current, we can say it is lagging compared to output voltage. And this is happening, guys, very important thing, because of inductance element. Why? Because inductance will take inductance will be taking some time to store the current and to release the current. Okay, so that's why you can see from T1 to T2 it will be rising exponentially. Okay, so after T2 what will happen? Your gate pulse G1 what you applied is vanish. No more gate pulse will be applied. Means after T2, T1 will be turned off. T1 will be turned off. Understanding this one? Okay. Then what will happen? You suddenly apply a gate pulse G2 to turn on your T2. Because already you have discussed that T1 When T1 is off, T2 will be on. Now the same thing now we are going to make. From T2 to T4, now we are applying gate pulse G2 to turn on your T2. Now your T2 will be turned on. Are you getting this one? Or shall I repeat the explanation here? Can you tell me? Anyone tell me?
Yes, sir. Repeat once again.
Okay, listen carefully. I cannot sit here explaining everything repetitively. So anyhow, it will be recorded, it will be uploaded later. You can make your own points there. That is very important. Operation, all of you once again, listen carefully. When Vs by 2 is applied, T1 will be on, gate pulse J1 is applied to turn on the T1. Okay. When gate pulse G1 is applied, T1 is on and current will start flowing in the anti-clockwise direction from Vs by 2 to T1 to L to R and back to Vs by 2 in the anti-clockwise direction. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರ್ಕೋರಿ ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರ್ಕೋರಿ. This you keep in mind. Now the polarity of load voltage across the load RL will be, L side will be positive and R side will be negative. This you keep in mind or write it there somewhere with your pen and paper. Somewhere you can write it down. Okay. And this only one will be there because T1 is on, T1 is off and T2 will be off because we already told whenever T1 is on, T2 will be off and T2 will not come into picture. So this only one will be there. Because of this and with the polarity that L side plus and R side minus, we are getting load voltage V0 that is equal to Vs by 2 indicated by blue line in the waveform. Is it clear now? Now this is how you are getting V0. But what's about output current? Output current ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. 0 to T1 ತನ output voltage ಇದ್ರೂ output current ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ? It started storing in the inductance. Inductance will take some time to deliver the output current. Means it is inductive current. What output current you are getting here, it is inductive current because this fellow will started storing the energy current. It is taking some time. 0 to T1 tana time ತೋತೈತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ now to start showing current started increasing exponentially. Because of this, we can say that this kind of behavior of the inductance, we can say that output current is lagging compared to output voltage. Or in other words, you can say output voltage is leading compared to output current. So this is what, guys, is happening. So this is what is happening from 0 to T2. Is it clear? Now next we will see from T2 to T4 what will happen. Gate pulse G1 will not be there. T1 will be turned off and we will be applying Ig2 to turn on your T2. Means Vs by 2. Bottom Vs by 2 now coming to picture. Now you applied gate pulse Ig2 that will turn on your T2. Is it clear? Now here you have to keep in mind L side is positive and R side is negative and current is stored in the inductance. As soon as T1 is turned off, now inductive current will come into picture. Because of the presence of inductive current, even though you applied Vs by 2 and get current to T2, but T2 will not be turned on. It is only because of the presence of inductive current. It is only. Are you getting this? So means you can see here from T2 to T3, even though we are applying the gate pulse, we are getting negative Vs by 2 output voltage. Hello? Okay. Hello? So continue. Let me continue this one. From T2 to T3, what is happening? Because of the inductive current, plus and minus was there. When you turned off T1 at T2 time, because the gate current T1 was not there, this inductive current suddenly changed its polarity. The side plus ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸಾರಿ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This side, R side now will become plus and L side will become minus. ಮೊದಲೇನಿತ್ತು L side plus ಇತ್ತು, R side minus ಇತ್ತು. Now when T1 is off ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, because of the inductive current, R side plus ಆಯಿತು, L side minus ಆಯಿತು. Because of this reversion of polarity, start getting a negative current. And because of this negative current, having negative voltage, that is minus Vs. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ 0 ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ T2 will not conduct. Even though you applied Vs by 2 and Ig2, ಅಲ್ಲಿ T2 ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಇಂಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ 0 ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So that okay, that inductive current will be taking this much amount of time from T2 to T3 to become 0. T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ inductive current, hello, during T2 to T3, inductive current go on decreasing, reducing to 0 at T3. But through what it is reducing? That bypass path is given by D1. Means what I am telling, from T1 to T2, your T1 is on, but from T2 hello, okay, let me continue this one. From T1 to T2, T1 was on, because Ig1 becomes 0 at T2, T1 will be off, but till that, current was stored in inductance with the polarity L side positive and R side negative. With the application of a gate pulse G2 at T2, T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ because of the presence of inductive current, as soon as T1 will be off, it will reverses its polarity. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ and that current will start flowing to D1 to be discharged. That's what it is happening from T2 to T3. T2 to T3 ಒಳಗೆ D1 will be coming to picture, not T1. D1 is coming to picture. That is through that inductive current is decreasing or discharging. Now at T3, when inductive current will become 0, okay, T2 will be on, turned on. T2 will be turned on. Now polarity you can see, plus is there here, R side, L side negative is there. Again the current will flow in the anticlockwise direction and will start getting the low voltage, that is the negative one only, minus Vs by 2. And current still it is increasing in the negative direction. Means you will start storing once again the current inductance like this. Okay. Let me continue this one where we stopped. So we are at T2 to T3. T1 is off. Inductive current reverses its polarity from this side plus R side minus to R side plus to L side minus. Because of this reversion in polarity will not allow, it will not allow T2 to turn on. So you can see here from T2 to T3 we are getting negative output voltage Vs by 2 because of this bottom Vs by 2 that is trying to turn on T2, but T2 will not be turned on because of the stored inductive current is still flowing through D1. So T2 to T3 D1 is coming to picture. Only when the current, all inductive current through D1 flow it discharges to 0 at T3. At T3, T2 will be turned on. Once T2 will be turned on, with the R side plus L side negative, current will start flowing and will start getting again Vs by 2, negative Vs by 2, and output current will also start increasing in the negative direction. Here it has been shown. Is it clear? Now once again at T4, gate current pulse what you applied to turn on T2 will be off, then T2 will be off. As soon as T2 will be off, the gate current which was stored in the inductance with the polarity what? R side plus L side minus, that would reverses once again L side plus R side minus start discharging through D2. So you can see here once again from T4 to T5 D1 is coming to picture. Okay, I am sorry that one. So when T1 is there, inductance was stored the current, it is discharging through D2, like that cross relationship is there. When T1 was on, inductive current start discharging through T2. When T2 is on, at the end of T2, when T2 will be off, current will start discharging through D1. Like that you can see guys, from T1 to T2, T1 is on. At the end of T2, T1 is off. Current which was stored in inductance with the polarity, listen here carefully, L side plus R side minus, will start discharging through D2 from T2 to T3. Even though from T2 to T3 you applied gate pulse G2 and Vs by 2, bottom Vs by 2 is not turned on because of this inductive current with the polarity L side positive, R side negative was flowing through D2. That's why D2 is coming to picture from T2 to T3. Only when then all inductive current will become 0, discharge through D2 from T2 to T3. At the end of T3, inductive current will become 0. Then T2 will be turned on. Now you can see from T3 to T4, T2 will be turned on. Current will be increasing in the negative direction. Voltage also you are getting negative, that is minus Vs by 2. Now at the end of T4, again gate pulse will be removed, T2 will be off. Once T2 will be off, inductive current which was stored with the polarity, what is the polarity? R side plus L side negative, start discharging through D1. Start discharging through D1. That's what D1 is appearing from T4 to T4. That's what D1 I have shown in the beginning. That's again it is repeating here. D1 is coming to picture, which is playing a role here, providing a path here for the damped current stored in the inductance through D1 and going back to the source. From load to source, the current is flowing here. The damped current, whatever which was stored during T2, will be fed back by this diode D1, to the source. From load to the source, the current is fed back. That damped current, which was stored in the inductance, fed back through diode D1 to the source, load to the source. This is called the feedback path, feeding back our transient current or damped current stored in the inductance through the diode from load to the source. This is a very important sentence, guys. We are feeding back the transient or damped current generated by the inductance through the diode D1 from load to the source back. Only when this will become zero, damped current will become zero, our thyristor will become turned on. This is how we are going to complete one cycle. So let us briefly discuss here what I covered so far. First, you turn on thyristor T1 with the upper Vs by 2 supply. Only one loop is come into picture because D1 will be off and T2 will be off and D2 will not come into picture. Because of this, L side with L side positive, R side negative, current will start flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, you start getting plus Vs by 2 entire duration of 0 to T2. But current, you can see, still it is starting with a delay by T1, means current is lagging compared to output voltage because inductance will be taking some time to store the current. Now the current will start increasing with a delay of T1 and start increasing up to T2. But at T2, G1 will be removed, T1 will be off. Now remember the polarity before the T1 will be got off, L side positive, R side negative. As soon as at T2, T1 will be off, L side ಅದೇನು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅದೇನು ಮೈನಸ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Why this is happening? Because of the stored current in L that is going to do this one. The L side negative ಆಯಿತು, R side positive ಆಯಿತು. Now L will start discharging its stored current through D1 to back source. This is what it is happening from T2 to T3. T2 to T3 ನೀವು ಗೇಟ್ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, VS/2 ಬಾಟಮ್ ES/2 ಐತೆ, ಬಾಟಮ್ ES/2 ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, but current is still decreasing. This is not the current because of T2, it is the current because of inductance which was stored during T1 to T2. That is a damped current ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಅದು. ಅದು current is decreasing or flowing back through feedback path diode D1 to the source, load to source ಹೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅದು. ಅದು damped current 0 ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ, L 0 ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ, T3 0 ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. T3 ಯಾವಾಗ 0 ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು VS/2 ಬಾಟಮ್ VS/2 ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಗೇಟ್ ಪಲ್ಸ್ G2 ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ T2 will be turned on. It will be turned on only when entire damped current L ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಅದು through D1 fed back to source fed back ಆಗಿ 0 ಆಗಬೇಕು. 0 ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ T3 ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. T3 0 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ದು T2 ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. T2 ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಆಯ್ತಲು ಅಗೇನ್ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಒಂದೇ comes into picture and polarity ಏನಿತ್ತು R side plus L side negative ಇತ್ತು. Am I audible there? Can anyone tell me? Am I audible there? So far still a long time I am speaking here.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, let me continue. Are you getting there what I am telling? It is very simple circuit. Can anyone tell me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any it is in recording I kept, I explained here itself 2-3 times, so it is taking more time. So this how guys the circuit is going to operate here. The final whole operation it is going to appear like this. This is the main waveform you have to draw in your the answer, not this one. This one you have to draw. This I am just doing for your explanation purpose. So this all about single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. Next let us continue. Now let us continue with the single phase full bridge inverter with RL load. So now here we use 4 resistors and 4 diodes. That's why it is called full bridge inverter. And here you can see we are not using any 3-point DC power supply. Only single DC power supply will be there. So 4 thyristors are there, T1, T4 connected in series fashion, T3, T2 connected in another row. Along with that, parallelly, 4 more diodes, D1, D4 coming across T1 and T4, D3, D4, D2 coming across T3 and T2. But even if you want, you can name here R D4 and T2. Your load RL is connected. So this how first you try to explain the structure of this single phase full bridge inverter with RL load. Remember, so most of you make a mistake here. We are using here single DC power supply. No any split or 3-point DC power supply we are using as we used in the previous case. Now let us try to understand. This is similar to the single phase half bridge only, but instead of 1 thyristor and 1 diode, now we'll be getting 2 thyristors and 2 diodes are operating simultaneously. Okay. Now let us consider the Vs we are applying here, the input, this Vs we are applying as input here. Okay. All of you listen here carefully. Black waveform, it is indicating Vs input what we are applying. Now from this point, here are not denoted here, just for T by 2, from this point to T by 2. So the gate pulse already applied simultaneously to turn on T1 and T2. So Vs by 2 during this peak, okay, 0 to T by 2, T1 and T2 will be turned on. You can see here, better you start with this one. We will be getting this D1 and D2 that is repeating back like this. So this D1 and D2 coming here, okay. So let us start here with the T1 and T2 turned on, okay. With the T1 and T2 turned on, how the loop we are getting here? We'll start with Vs plus minus. The loop is T1 is turned on, plus is here, T1 is turned on. All of you listen here carefully. T1 is off, T3, so means when T1 and T2 are turned on, T3, T4 are off. In the previous case, what hangittu? T1 on iddaga T2 off ittu. T2 on iddaga T1 off ittu. ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ T1, T2 ಆನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ T3, T4 ಆಫ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. This you keep in mind. But when T1 is on, D1 will be off, D3 will be off because plus is connected to cathode of D1 and D3. They are not come into picture. Now the loop is like this. Vs positive plate lintra, T1 anode, cathode lintra through R, L, then T2 will be on, then it is grounded and coming back to Vs negative. The loop is like this. Vs, T1, R, L, T2 coming back to Vs. Like this the loop is there, guys. Because of this loop, the polarity is like this. The R side plus, L side negative. And you can see the current will start storing in the inductance from this time. Output voltage is already has started. But current got delayed. Because once again, because of our reason in ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೀಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ. Because ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ current storing in the inductance will take some time. Okay. So that's how you can see T1, T2 ಅಂತ indicate ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. Because of T1 and T2 turned on during this period, that will let your inductance to store the current. This is what happening from half of the first peak to the T by 2. At T by 2 ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ T1 and T2 ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. T by 2 to T3 T4 will be on. T3 T4 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು VS ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೀವಿ, ಗೇಟ್ ಪಲ್ಸು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಂಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರಮ್ T1 to T2 ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ನಾಗ, that will reverse the polarity. ಇದು ಏನು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಐತಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. And because of that reversion in polarity, it is happening because of the current stored in the inductance wants to discharge through D3 and D4. D3 level, D3 is here, and D4 it is here. Now the inductive current start discharging, means start flowing from load RL to the source like this. Start flowing from load RL to the source. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಲಾರಿಟಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಮೊದಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಎಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು, T1 T2 ಆಫ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಎಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಆರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. Now the inductive current will start flowing from a load to the source back. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ inductive current ಜೀರೋ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, that will become zero at this point, at the mid of T by 2 to T. At that instant, at the midpoint of this negative peak, your T3 and T4 will be turned on, and again the current will be start flowing in the increasing the negative direction, start storing in the inductance. Again the cycle will be repeated like this. That stored current in the inductance during this period from the midpoint of the negative peak to T start discharging through D1 and D2, because at T3 T4 will be off and D1 and D2 will be on, providing D1 and D2 will be on, providing the feedback part for the damped current stored in the inductance during this T3 T4 when they are on. So like that, this single phase full bridge inverter with RL load is operating in two modes: T1 T2 D3 D4, T3 T4 D1 D2, T1 T2 D3 D4. Like that this pattern will be repeating. Sorry, it is a three mode: T1 T2 D3 D4, T3 T4 D1 D2. Okay, if you want we can call it as a four mode. We are getting four different partners here. T1 T2 are coming. Whatever the current stored in the inductance during T1 T2, it is fed back to from load to source through D3 D4, and then T3 T4 will be on. T3 T4 again current will start storing the inductance with the opposite polarity, and whatever the current stored in the inductance during T3 T4, then it will start discharging through D1 D2 from load to source. Only when the inductance current will become zero at this instant, again T1 T2 will be on, and again it will start charging your current with the polarity R side plus, L side negative through the path like this: Vs T1 RL T2, again Vs. During this instant, again the current will be stored in the inductance with the polarity R side plus and L side negative. Again at the end of T1 T2, T1 T2 will be off at the end of 3T by 2. Again 3T 3T4 apply ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, but on ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ until the current which was stored in the inductance during T1 T2 will be fed back to the source through D3 D4 and will become zero. Then only your T3 T4 will be on. Again this cycle will repeat, guys, like this: T3 T4 D1 D2 T1 T2 D3 D4, like that. This how the main concept here is that single phase half bridge inverter. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ದು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ single phase full bridge inverter is nothing else. Same pattern will be repeating again and again, but only thing, how the current will be stored in the inductance, what is the path of the current, and why the next thyristor will not be turned on immediately, because that time inductive current will be taking some time to discharge. ಅದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ದು next thyristors will be turned on. Again, how the current path will be there, the next pattern, and again how the cycle will be repeated, you have to explain. So next one I want to discuss today is a flyback converter with a discontinuous mode. So inverter part is over, the single phase, half wave inverter and full bridge inverter with RL load we have discussed. There one thing you have to keep in mind, try to understand single phase half bridge inverter with RL load. That is very much important. Clear steps. Same steps explanations are applicable. Now here in single phase full bridge inverter, instead of T1, D1, T2, D2, we are getting T1, T2, D3, D4. Hello. So instead of T1, here you can see in a single phase half bridge inverter, you are getting the pattern is like this: T1, D2, T2, D1. But here you are getting T1, T2, D3, D4, T3, T4, D1, D2 like that. But explanation, key points, what we have discussed with respect to half bridge inverter, that you keep in mind. Regarding single phase full bridge inverter. Hello? 1 minute. Hello? Okay, let me continue. In single phase full bridge inverter, you try to show the path of the current. That is very much important. Now let us continue with flyback converter with a discontinuous mode. Figure shows a simple typical circuit for the flyback converter. We have here a 1:1 Farad core high frequency transformer is there. Farad core means on the primary side, whatever the current which is flowing, on the secondary side, so when the primary side the current is flowing, secondary side the current will not flow. And when the secondary side the current is flowing, the primary side the current will not flow. This we have to keep in mind. That has been shown by these dots here. Okay, so that is the nature of the Farad core high frequency transformer. The same thing I have shown below here in the circuit diagram. So let us try to understand its operation. On the secondary side, we have got the diode D1 connected with the load C and R. And we are applying EDC as input here, and we'll have one switching element Q in the form of a transistor at the primary side. So let us try to understand its operation here. Let us begin with the primary side. When you apply the EDC, hello, am I audible there? Okay. When you will give the EDC with the top terminal plus, bottom terminal negative, this will turn on your transistor Q. Okay. So how we are turning on and off of the transistor, the continuous on ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. That is controlled by on this square wave pulse. Okay. Now during positive peak, Q is on. During negative peak, Q is off. Again positive peak, Q is on. Again negative peak, Q is off. Positive negative peak ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Just for convenience, I am just telling here for your reference. During non-zero peak, Q is on. During zero peak, zero means no any peaks are there, Q is off. Let us consider the case when Q is on here. like this. When Q is on, transistor is on, with EDC applied like this, plus minus. Let us assume the current is flowing like this in the primary. Okay. When EDC is applied with the plus minus like this, the current is flowing like this in the anti-clockwise direction with the Q on. Okay, it has been shown. The voltage across Q will be 0 because the transistor is on. Voltage across the transistor will be negligible. Now the primary current will start increasing, which is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. What's about the secondary voltage? Because we told that it is a high frequency Farad transformer. Whenever the primary current is flowing, secondary current is not flowing. Because the secondary current is not flowing, secondary voltage will be 0. That's why the primary current is increasing, but secondary current voltage will be 0. But what is the inductance coupling here? The pi. Inductance coupling is increasing here. The flux, inductive flux is increasing. Flux because of the primary inductance, it is increasing. What is the secondary voltage? Secondary voltage we are showing it is by negative. That will come here. This we are getting because of the previous cycle. That will come at the end of the one cycle. Okay, that is coming from the previous cycle. So this is what it is happening during when transistor is on in the primary side. Okay. So when Q is off during this peak, during this non-zero peak, no. When Q is off, primary current is not flowing. Secondary current will start flowing like this. The loop is the secondary current direction I have shown here with the two dotted lines. One is flowing through C, another one is flowing through the RL. But primary current is not flowing. Q is off. But what is the total voltage across this? Q off. One is EDC, another one. So now you can see when Q is turned off, the polarity of the current will be like this. Negative positive. Positive negative ಇದ್ದು ಈಗ negative positive ಆಯಿತು. The polarity of the drop across inductance will be reversed because of the turning off of the Q. So with this polarity, this is negative positive, this is negative positive. So this EDC will be adding with the voltage across primary inductance. That's why you are getting 2 EDC. This small spike you are getting because of the inductance. Okay. Have you understood how we are getting 2 EDC here? One EDC because of the applied one. Another EDC you are getting because of the reversed polarity of the drop across the primary inductance. That I have shown with the circle. No? Q off ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ನಿಂತ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, that will be the polarity of the voltage across the inductance. This is negative positive and negative positive. So totally it will make EDC plus this EDC across primary inductance will give you 2 EDC. And this small spike you are getting because of the inductive nature of the primary winding. So here Q is off, no more primary current, but secondary current will start decreasing. Already it is there, already it is coupled there, because the flux linkage will be decreasing, the secondary voltage will be start decreasing. Okay. So the secondary voltage will become 0 and Vs will be positive. Vs will be positive here that you apply. Start decreasing here, and at this point you can see what is the voltage across the transistor. So when all the stored energy in the primary inductance will drop down to 0, ಮೊದಲು 2 EDC ಇತ್ತು, 1 EDC because of inductance when 0 ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that is secondary voltage 0 ಆಯಿತು. Secondary voltage 0 ಆದಮೇಲೆ secondary voltage 0 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ, voltage across the Q will become on the EDC, because 1 EDC we lost, that has been coupled and discharged. and now you can see secondary voltage will become 0. Now secondary voltage is 0, and here the current is also 0 here, so output voltage will start getting 0, and after this gap again you start getting such peak. This one. So that's why it is known as a converter with a discontinuous mode. So how to avoid this discontinuity? By making to operate our converter in the continuous mode. Now we can see our flyback converter in the continuous mode, the circuit components are quite different. Circuit components are quite different. At the load of the secondary, again C and RL are there, but in the diode, along with the series of diode, we are using inductance in order to avoid this discontinuity. Now let us see here how this flyback converter is going to operate in the continuous mode. When Q is on, here come back to the primary, Q is on. You can see, hello, okay. The current will start flowing in the anti-clockwise direction through Q, hence voltage across the Q will be very much negligible. Primary current will start increasing from minimum to maximum. That is a mode 1 operation. Secondary current will be off because we assumed that when primary current is flowing, secondary current will be 0. Hence secondary current will be 0. But secondary voltage is also 0. But flux of the primary inductance will go on increasing. This is what it is happening when Q is on. When Q is off, no more primary current is flowing, but whatever it has been stored in the primary inductance, hello, okay, whatever that has been stored in the inductance during when Q is on, that start discharging with this polarity, negative and positive. So that's why you are getting 2 EDC drop across Q whenever Q is, hello, okay, let me repeat this one. When Q is off, EDC you are applying as it is, plus minus, and but this one is going to reverse it polarity. Plus minus idettu negative positive agtite, shown by the red circle. Now you can see EDC is a negative positive, this is negative positive. Total in this loop voltage across that is happening across Q off will be 2 EDC, and small spike you are getting because of this inductive nature of the primary inductance. So this much voltage is happening when Q is off. Primary current is 0, but secondary current is decreasing. This is what, guys, whatever that has been stored, EDC, 2 EDC, okay? One EDC in this primary inductance, that is discharging, coupled to inductance here, that is discharging through C and L. That is mode 2. And output voltage is coming like this, plus 1 volt or plus Vs, and flux is decreasing. So the moment before the flux is got decreased, the Q will be turned on. Here you can see, 2 EDC the EDC barilla. What we are doing, we are discharging all that one through the secondary here in mode 2. So before that discharge completely to 0, your Q will be turned on. Again the cycle will be repeating, and that discontinuity was removed. Okay, so this way the flyback converter in continuous mode is going to operate.